Greetings fellow Decepticons, SoundBlaster1987 here with my monthly vlog for January 2024. Today I'll be running over my top 10 picks for some of the strongest characters from a Marvel Contest of Champions mobile game. For those who don't know, Contest of Champions is a one-on-one match combat style Marvel mobile game similar to a Mortal Kombat type of thing except minus the death, where basically all of the characters are gained from storage crystals and are forced to fight each other for the amusement of two elder beings of the universe called the Collector and the Grandmaster. So, with that said, there are 7 types of classes for the characters fall into in this game, which I'll run over just quickly before we start the list. The Superior class has a universal class bonus advantage over everybody else, so naturally there's very few characters that fall into this category. The Summon Symbiote, Thanos, the Collector and the Grandmaster are 4 of them. I only currently own the Summon Symbiote out of that list, although I have beaten the Collector in the boss fight at the end of Act 5, Chapter 6. I can't remember now, but anyway. Then there's the 6 other classes which have a cycle of bonus advantage over each other. So, the 6 class types are Tech, Mutant, Skill, Science, Mystic, Cosmic, in that order in terms of the way the class advantage cycle works. Tech over Mutant, Mutant over Skill, etc. So, Tech champions are denoted by a dark blue circuit pattern on their design. These are characters like Ultron, Iron Man, Star-Lord, War Machine, etc. Basically robots, cyborgs, androids and those that rely on armor. Cosmic class champions are basically aliens, Asgardians, symbiotes, that kind of thing, so Venom, Thor, Odin, and the Eternals and that kind of thing. Mystic is anyone whose powers are derived from magic, so Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Iron Fist, Doctor Doom. Science is basically those who are created by an experiment gone wrong, so Spider-Man, Captain America, Hulk, etc. Skill class champions are street level martial arts experts who rely more on their own fists than any other techniques, such as Squirrel Girl, Black Panther, Winter Soldier, Daredevil, and mutants are obviously all the X-Men characters, minus a couple of exceptions like Scarlet Witch who have their own power set. So, mutant champions are denoted by a yellow chromosome symbol, skill champions by a red fist, Science champions by a green chemical flask, Mystic by a purple sort of Eye of Agamotto in a triangle type of thing, and Cosmic by a sky blue planet with a ring around it. So, with that out of the way, on to the top 10 list. Number 10 on my list of the most powerful champions is the Summon Symbiote. Although only a 1-star character, once it is fully powered it is up to about 6,375 hero rating, and much like some of the other entries on this list, it has razor sharp teeth and claws for heavy stacks of bleed damage against weaker opponents. The only way to upgrade this thing is through the Null's Void event quest that only pops up once every 3 or 4 years or so, because you need special symbiote catalysts to upgrade this thing, because it's supposed to be similar to the symbiote adaptoids that are your enemies in Act 3 of the storyline. Then, number 9 on my list is Cersei from the Eternals movie, because she was unlocked as part of a tie-in with the Eternals movie in the game, along with Ikaris. In fact, honourable mention to Ikaris on this list as well, because of the severity of his Special 2 laser eye attack with its incinerate damage. But yes, the main reason I got Cersei on this list is because she's one of my most powerful 5-star champions at the moment. Her Special 2 attack is a lava strike that comes up from the ground and causes severe damage to tech champions even when they're blocking the attack. Then, number 8 on my list is Sabretooth and the entire Wolverine family. So, Wolverine, X-23, Old Man Logan, Sabretooth, all of that lot. They're all mutant champions with a combination of regenerative healing factor, razor sharp claws, and a lot of deadly long-range attacks that cause bleed damage to the opponent. The only way to truly defeat these guys is to use Ultron or one of the other tech champions that doesn't have bleed as a potential weakness. So Ultron, Vision, etc. would be best used against these ones. X23 is currently my strongest of the mutant champions. Then at number 7 on the list, Ultron. Although I don't currently have a 5 or 6 star Ultron, he is one of my strongest 4-star attack champions. His special 1 attack normally causes an almost permanent stun attack on the, opponent. Well, not permanent, but high chance of it actually causing a stun anyway. And obviously being immune to bleed, he's a good match for most of the Razor Sharp Claw type characters on this list. Plus also obviously he can self-repair as well when he gets damaged, so if you can just dodge back away from incoming attacks long enough for his self-repair program to kick in. Then, number 6 on my list is Red Guardian from the Black Widow movie. His special 2 attack is a headbutt that almost always stuns the opponent on impact, and then he whacks them in the face with his shield while they're stunned to cause even more damage. Plus, on top of that, his shield is strong enough to actually block incoming heavy attacks, which also stuns the opponent for a few seconds on impact. It damages the shield, but then the cooldown timer will fix that after a while. Number 5 on my list is another group shot, so for this spot on the list, Squirrel Girl and Tigra. You all know me by now. Squirrel Girl is my all-time favourite Marvel character, so she had to be on this list somewhere. I've just recently unlocked her in 6-star form and she's extremely powerful. Razor sharp fingernail claws plus her squirrel companion Tippy Toe can attach onto her opponents for even more debuff effects. So, Squirrel Girl is a skill type champion and Tigra is a mystic type champion who I also have a 6-star version of. Tigra is basically Squirrel Girl combined with Wolverine except with the benefit of long range lunge attacks, so she can actually cause a lot more bleed damage from further away, meaning she's a lot better at dodging incoming attacks. Then, number 4 on my list, another group, this time Scorpion, the Toad and Immortal Abomination. The reason I grouped these ones together is because they share a common trait, their poison debuffs. Specifically the paralytic poison of the, Toad in some cases, especially when he uses his tongue. But whenever you manage to hit someone with the tail of a scorpion during a heavy attack, then they get stunned by some poison debuff attacks, which severely drains their health over time. Then, number 3 on my list is Odin Allfather, my current most powerful cosmic champion. Of course, Odin is the father of Thor and adopted father of Loki, and one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel universe as a whole. He has access to not only the cosmic energy field known as the Odin Force, but also a pre-fight ability of not 1 but 3 Asgardian relics you can activate to give him even more abilities before each fight. However, if playing him in a questline, you can only unlock each of these attacks once per quest. So use them sparingly against a stronger opponent is my advice. Plus also his special 2 attack is extremely powerful when he's fully charged with Odin Force. Then number 2 on my list is the Human Torch. Because if you use his Flame On pre-fight ability, again only accessible once per questline because it requires one of these persistent charge things to activate, you can use his Science Champion skill against the, likes of Mystic champions such as Loki. But yes, Human Torch is an extremely powerful character because of his Incinerate debuffs, which also turn into Nova Flares if you use the Flame On ability. Finally, before my number 1 spot on the list, a quick honourable mention to the Mystic class champion Purgatory, who was originally created for the game and as far as I know has not been integrated into the comics yet. She has basically a whip made of pure fire, and her special free attack almost instantly kills almost any weaker opponent, no matter what class they're in. But yes, my number 1 pick is 5-star Aegon the Forsaken, another champion created specifically for the game. Basically, he lost his right arm in a gladiator fight prior to the story of the game, but can rebuild it thanks to an energy construct from the ISO 8 belt that he wears. His Lightning Blast attack from Special 1 is extremely deadly to science champions at point blank range, even if they're blocking it. And his Special Free attack is extremely powerful against pretty much anybody. So, that more or less concludes my top 10 list of the most powerful Contest of Champions characters, at least for ones I've got anyway. Your list may vary obviously, feel free to let me know in the comments if you've got different top 10 champions to this. But until then, I've been SoundBlaster1987. My next vlog in February will be my top 10 list for Doctor Who alien species that I think McFarlane Toys would be good at making with their extensive sculpted detail work. Till then, my next review will be the Condor phone from Kamen Rider Ghost. Till then, till all are one, and in the words of the late Stan Lee, Excelsior, true believers.